Welcome to Emotional Healing for Christian Women, the podcast where faith meets inner healing. Imagine waking up without the weight of shame, guilt, fear, and loneliness. Imagine finally feeling worthy, confident, and at peace. And doing this with God by your side. That's the healing we can begin together. I'm Marvel Adeyemi, a psychotherapist and a faith-led women's coach. Let's get started. Let's talk about why good people end up in toxic relationships. It's a painful question many people eventually ask themselves. How did I end up in this relationship? Sometimes the question sounds like this. Why do I keep anticipating or attracting the wrong partners? Or even more harshly, what is wrong with me? If you have ever been in a relationship where you felt emotionally drained, constantly criticized, walking on eggshells, or slowly losing your sense of self, you might have wondered how things got this way. And here is something important to understand right from the beginning. Most toxic relationships do not start toxic. They often start with two people who feel deeply connected. And so today I'm going to discuss how and why good people that are kind, intelligent, thoughtful people sometimes find themselves in unhealthy relationships. Toxic relationships rarely start toxic. Most unhealthy relationships begin with a powerful emotional connection. Someone feels understood, you feel seen, you feel chosen. The relationship may move quickly. And then there is that intense communication, strong attraction, and a feeling that you finally found someone who really gets you. So for someone who values loyalty, empathy, and connection, this can feel incredibly meaningful. And it's all right. But sometimes what looks like deep emotional connection is actually intensity, and where there is no consistency or stability. And intensity can feel like love, especially early on in the relationship. So in the beginning, the partner or the husband may appear very attentive. He might say things like, "You're the only person who understands me. I've never felt this way before. You are different from everyone I've ever met." And at that stage, very few people stop and question what's happening. They simply feel, I'm chosen. All right, let's talk about a subtle shift that happens. So over time, the dynamic sometimes begins to change. Small criticisms start happening. Big emotional reactions become stronger. Conversations that once felt easy start feeling tense. And you might begin hearing things like, "You're too sensitive. You're overthinking. Why are you making such a big deal out of this?" Now something has shifted and it's subtle, but it's happening. So instead of feeling relaxed and safe, you start adjusting yourself to keep the relationship stable. Therefore, you may hold back your opinions to avoid conversations and work harder to keep the peace. And gradually, without realizing it, you begin carrying the emotional responsibility for that relationship. So this is one of the reasons why good people do stay in toxic relationships. One of the biggest misunderstandings about toxic relationships and why people stay, particularly wives, it could be husbands. From the outside, it can seem obvious that the relationship is unhealthy. But from the inside, the relationship situation feels very different. Therefore, good people often stay because they value commitment. They believe relationships require effort. The good person believes people can change. They remember the person their spouse was at the beginning, so they try harder. They put in more effort. They become more patient. They become more understanding. They read more books. They listen to more podcasts. They are more forgiving. But over time, something important gets lost. they lose their own voice, they lose their own needs, and they actually lose their own emotional safety. So that's usually the hidden cost of staying in a toxic relationship. So people in this relationship often describe feelings like, I feel emotionally exhausted, I'm constantly criticized, I'm uncertain about his opinion and judgment. So they begin questioning themselves. Maybe I'm too sensitive. Maybe I'm too much. Maybe there's just something wrong with me. Maybe it's just that our relationship is just going to be like this. However, healthy relationships are not built on confusion or emotional exhaustion. Healthy relationships are built on three key foundations. There is mutual respect, there is emotional safety, and there is shared responsibility to maintain the relationship. And when partners take responsibility for how both spouses show up in the relationship, they will be exhausted. Instead, both partners need to listen and make sure that the partnership works in repair. When that balance disappears, the relationship slowly becomes unhealthy. So how do we break the pattern? If you recognize yourself in this dynamic, the first step is not blaming yourself. Most people do. The first step is to understand the pattern, the dynamic of your relationship. Many people who end up in these relationships actually have beautiful qualities. They are loyal, they are kind, they are compassionate, they are patient, and they are willing to walk through difficulties. However, in unhealthy dynamics, those qualities I just mentioned can turn into an over-tolerance, right? No boundaries. Breaking the pattern usually requires 3 shifts. Number 1, recognize that your needs are just as important as your spouse's need. Number 2, learn to speak honestly about what you are experiencing. And number 3, pay close attention to whether your spouse is willing to take responsibility for their behavior. Very important, because healthy relationships require 2 people willing to grow. If it's only one person doing the emotional work, the relationship will remain unbalanced. All right, so a situation I see often in my practice as a couple psychotherapist is very often one partner becomes the emotional caretaker of the relationship. This partner will manage conflict. They will calm arguments. They will be the ones that apologize even when they are not at fault. And of course, eventually, they will feel like they are the parent, no longer feeling like a partner. And if you find yourself feeling like you are raising a spouse instead of being married to them, that is usually a sign that the relationship dynamic has become unhealthy. And this is exactly the kind of situation where professional support can help clarify what is happening and what needs to change. Okay, if you're listening today and recognize that parts of your relationship in this conversation, it might be a sign that something deeper needs attention. Podcasts like this can help you understand part of the problem. However, they usually solve only about 10% of the problem in the relationship. The deeper work, that is understanding your specific relationship pattern and figuring out what needs to change, often happens in a guided conversation. So in my counseling practice here in Ballarat, Victoria, Australia, I work with married couples and individuals who feel stuck in difficult relationship dynamics. Some couples want to repair their marriage, others need clarity about whether the relationship can improve. And some people come because they want to understand why they keep ending up in similar relationship patterns. So I offer both in-person sessions in Ballarat, and I do offer secure video consultations so that support is available to you wherever you are in the world, as long as you have internet. So if today's episode made you realize that your relationship may need deeper attention, you're welcome to reach out and book a consultation through my website. Thank you for listening today. And remember, being a good person should never require you to lose yourself in order to keep a relationship. Until next episode, stay beautiful, stay confident. Thank you for spending time with me today on Emotional Healing for Christian Women. If this episode blessed you, please leave a review and share it with a friend who needs encouragement. And don't forget to download my new book, Beyond the Hurt, from my website, marvelademi.com.au, and other free resources. Until next time, stay healed, stay beautiful, and stay confident.